All right, we are live finally. Episode 60. I'm your host, Adam Ross, and to my virtual left, Tyler. What is going on?
What is happening? Happy Father's Day, Adam, and happy Father's Day to everybody out there who's watching, who's a father.
Definitely happy Father's Day to everybody out there. Man, fantastic day, fantastic weekend. Finally in Canada, we got to have a big event with no bad weather. And you know what? No snow, no shoveling, no nothing, man. So much fun. And to finally get it in, my kids made me so proud. Not only did they surprise me with Father's Day's gifts, they did a whole bunch of decorations, some gift bags, and all that stuff. But the best gift of all was them doing awesome on the track, man. Nathan, super proud dad moment. He got fourth in both of the double A mains in the truggy class. Michaela got fifth overall in 4x4 short course, which is one of those classes that is near and dear to my heart because, man, that's what got us into the hobby was the 4x4 short course. So I love me some of that, the short bus action for sure. And the team, oh my God, just did amazing. And the tire wash was on fire literally this weekend. People kept coming. I had the double electric blasters on hand, showing them off. And I see you got one on the spinner and you got one ready to rock. Man, I'm telling you, it was the 1-2 hit combo, man. Everybody loved the power washers. And to get it super clean, we were just dialing it in, spraying it off the thing, and hitting it with the CowRC blaster afterwards. And the track had some kind of, not linseed oil, but some kind of treatment on the surface. So it wasn't really getting dirty. It got a little dusty. So you could almost just blow it off with the cow blaster first, hit it with the power wash, blow it off again, and it almost looked like a brand new buggy again because we pre-treated with the moose stick. So it made it real easy for me to keep up because I ran 2 classes, Nathan ran 2 classes, my daughter ran 2 classes, and we sponsored her boyfriend for another class. I had 7 kits I was trying to keep going.
Oh, wow. You were busy. Did you race at all?
Yeah. I got lucky. I got second overall in mine as well. So we came back with some Otter Cups, and I would show them off, but we literally just pulled up. Like,
yeah, you did. Literally, you've been in your studio for about 10 minutes.
Yeah, like my stuff's still crooked. We had to figure out what was going on with our special guest, which is awesome. I'm super happy to be able to chat with this guy. He is currently at the Roar Nats, which is going to be the first of its kind. We'll kind of get into that as well. And did you see that? Yeah, like what the heck? She was a saleswoman for me on the weekend. She was trying to sell all the CowRC products, and she's an avid watcher, so it was super cool.
Yeah, she's always on. No, we appreciate that for sure.
Yeah, and it was super cool just to finally get out there and hang out and meet everybody again, because we're just kind of getting the ball rolling here locally. But the Roar Nats, though, I think I can't wait till we talk to our special guest and bring him on board. But man, we got to go through the news real quick, and we got some cool stuff.
Let's do some news here real quick. So yes, so solder mats. We talked about solder mats in episode 59, and we gave some away, and we're going to give some more away today as well. But we'll talk a little first about the solder mat. So the 9x12 solder mat. So the same material as you were used to with the 2-color, but we've changed it to the single color. So if you notice, like our large solder mat is single color and our mini solder mat is single color. So we wanted to make sure the whole family was looking the same. That's why we discontinued the 2-color. So the 2-color is discontinued. There's only about 2 dozen left in existence. But today we'll give away 2 of those tonight. And we're also going to give away some small dot boxes. So we're going to give away 2. We're going to have 2 winners today, just like we always do with the hashtag. We have a nice creative hashtag today to honor our guest. And so each winner is going to get, and I'll show you so we're not confused. Here is the two color in case you are not familiar. And you've not had one. This was the two color that's now discontinued. So we're going to give away two of these guys, along with a small dot box for each of those winners. So you get two prizes for each winner. So pretty.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then for everyone who doesn't know, isn't familiar with our our solder mat and carbon series mat line, this is kind of how they go together, right? So you can buy this carbon series separate, which is this black rubber mat behind us. So what that's really, I guess, its main purpose is to take care of all those greases and oils. So it's going to take a beating. If you watch back on episodes, multiple episodes, Adam and I throw everything that CowRC has to offer at this carbon series mat, and it takes the abuse. So this is what I'm talking about right here. Yeah. So nice thing with the solder mat, the 9x12 solder mat, and the small carbon series is they're kind of integratable, right? So just slips in right here, so that way you have some nice pockets for parts and pieces that you're going to solder together, what have you. But this is for all your hot stuff. So your solder, your iron, all your flux, all that type of stuff goes on here. And then when you're not soldering, you use a small carbon series mat. So that's kind of how we we do things with CowRC. Also with the carbon series mat, you can add magnetics too. Like work mats, flat mats are interchangeable with this as well. So check out the website. You can see a ton of different stuff. But here's our new solder mat to the family today. So pretty cool.
I just want to throw out there the new bigger solder mat. I've been using it for putting my lipo charge area on, because I was thinking, man, it would just be a little bit better of a security. So I have like a little Velcro piece that I can put my leads into my lipo bag and all that stuff. But now I just put the lipo bag and the charger all both on the solder mat, and it's like perfect, because now that I got the green streak mat mouse pad like yours on the table underneath. Like obviously you have the dragon setup, but I have the green streak one. So I put the carbon like right in the middle, or sorry, the large solder mat right in the middle, and then I put all the charging right on top. And I'll share the videos later. I don't know if anybody's seen my lives from the weekend, but man, we had so many awesome CowRC products on display. And thank you for everybody that stopped by. But definitely one of those things that I didn't even really think to use it for that until I got thinking. I'm like, what better way than to have, a little bit of protection, right? And especially with the heat characteristics of that. I know people that have dropped their splatter and solder and stuff like that. And the stuff on the fan page has been just awesome. And they've been showing it off to the extreme, because I don't recommend leaving your hot iron on it, but it can definitely take quite the temperature for an extended amount of time. So
I've yet to put any scars in these solder mats. I mean, they are, and obviously, like you said, Adam, I'm not setting the iron on there for 10 minutes and just, walking away from it. But I mean, you and I, and then we've done episodes where you and I have done that. We're taking the soldering iron, just dragging across the mat, flicking solder on top of it. I've not gotten a single issue with any of these mats, regardless if it's two color, what size it is, nothing. They're very durable.
Heck yeah. And the thing is, I agree that having the combo is even better. So he has the medium combo in front of him, and I was rocking the large combo this whole weekend. So it is definitely cool. And of course, if you're not 100% sure, we have the smaller samples as well. So it has the sample carbon and the actual sample solder mat as well. So that's just one of the options that if you're not sure and you want to test it before you actually go full in, those little kits are definitely worth the investment to kind of get it in your hand, and you can feel and touch it for yourself. Yeah, I agree. 2 to 3 when working on my cars. Jeez.
Well, I mean, speaking into those, into the sample size, right next to me is a product that comes in that sample size, which is the tire wash. So, really, there's not a ton of news on the tire wash. But the news is that it's a concentrate, right? Which really isn't news because it always was a concentrate. The only difference is we are not selling the tire wash with a spray bottle anymore, or with a spray nozzle anymore. It is just coming as a bottle, and that's why I've got the USB rechargeable sprayer here with me. So an opportunity to take, and mix it. Right now, I've got mine in a 3-to-1 ratio with water, and I know most guys are actually doing 4-to-1 ratio and having a lot of success with it, especially if you're running like a tire cleaning box. That's a lot of volume to fill in. You don't want to take all of your tire wash and use it into one box. So the great thing is, again, the sprayers, that's not a thing anymore, but it's the exact same formula. It is just, we're now just kind of advertising as a concentrate, which means it's going to go a lot further. Guys have been experimenting with different ratios, and 4-to-1 seems to be kind of like the sweet spot for mixing it. So give it a shot. And if you've got one with a sprayer, just try diluting it. It's really going to go a lot further. One of the episodes Ab and I talked about how we're mixing different formulas, making the products go longer and last longer, how to utilize them the best as possible, and make your money go further. And this is just kind of one of those examples, that's going to help everybody out in the long run. And by no means do you don't need to buy CowRC's version of the USB rechargeable sprayer. You can buy a pump sprayer, from Amazon or Home Depot. I have some of those too. So, don't feel like that this is the only way that you can use this. This is more of an electronic convenience more than anything.
But it's the coolest way. I'll tell you that, man. A lot of people were coming by the pits, man. They're like, just give me just spray a little bit on a tire. So I think last event people were laughing because I'm like, I'm only going to clean one tire, and then you can go buy at the hobby shop. Good. But yeah. But the cool factor was definitely there. So we had a lot of fun with that. And the nice thing is I have one now that is identified as tire wash. The other one is still my green streak. So I left, like, obviously the parts of chassis wash in the green streak because I use that just as much. But I did the hot rod theme for the first time ever, and I was like, wow, man, it kind of like matches my paint scheme and all that. Yeah. But I put tire wash in that one, so now I actually have a different, like, I can differentiate a little bit, right?
So that's the funny thing is I have the exact opposite, where I've got in the green streak I have the tire wash, and behind me is the hot rod, and that's the parts chassis wash.
So when we hang out, we'll be all messed up. It'll be good.
Right. That's exactly why I had. And that's the awesome thing about these skins is, like, when you have like all the dot boxes, you have the small parts organizers. Those skins, not only they look cool, but they just keep you organized and understand what's what. You don't have to take a Sharpie marker or a paint stick or anything like that and try to write on it. It's just, as long as you can remember pictures,
you're good.
You don't need to be able to read. As long as you can see pictures and know that, hey, I've got this formula or these parts into this skin container, you're in good shape.
So, Vinny, for me, I actually get 4 of those power wash sprayers to each one tire wash, if that makes sense to you. So I basically break it down into 4 of the, like, I guess, I don't even know, what's the size on the side of that container?
This one, I think, is 16 ounces.
Yeah, that is. But for the power wash, though.
Oh, well, it goes up to 2 liters.
So basically, you get, for 2 liters, just use a quarter of it, and you're more than fine for that.
The nice thing is that, like, what I did, coincidentally, like, it's got a 0.5 liter in it, which is why I did mine at a 3-to-1. I end up having like a bottle that just had a half a liter in it. So I just went up to 1.5. So I just added, the rest of it is water. So that's why I end up getting the 3-to-1 just to make it easy on myself. But
nice.
But yeah, I mean, 4-to-1. A lot of guys are doing that, and you can there's nothing wrong with doing it straight as well. It's just how dirty your tires are, or how much you want to save or spend. It's kind of up to you. That's why we have the different options out there.
Yeah, and so I just want to let everybody know that it is now on pre-order. As when it comes back into stock, it will not ship with any of the spritzer handles. It's just going to be a solid top. So keep that in mind. Yeah. You will need something when you get that. And,
it's 1 quart. Sorry, it's 1 quart. It says it right here.
Cool. And then I don't know if anybody's been following along on the fan page, but there are 2 new crazy cool things, and I'm going to share it here. And I don't know if you have seen the new ones yet, but there's 2 new part strips available. I got some pics in the drive as well, but these things look massive. And I know me and Tyler were already talking about how we can incorporate them into our pit area. And I'm thinking I got to step up my indoor RC camping area because after this weekend and having so many kits, I'm definitely down to try and upgrade that a little bit. But look at the size of this one. This one's 9x30. You want to talk about huge, like 9x30. I don't think people realize how big this new screw catcher is. And I think it'll incorporate awesome on the flat work mats because you can actually have
3 times wider than this. And this is a 12 inches wide,
which is just bonkers, man. Yeah, no, 9x30 is really no joke. And then let me just remove this real quick, and I will grab the next one because there is one more here. I'll share it here, and this one's the 6x24, which is also pretty big, but more in line with the standard size of a CowRC mat. So I think that one right there would kind of just flop right on top of any of your custom work mats that you already have. And the nice thing about most of the CowRC stuff is it is stackable and buildable. So it is pretty cool stuff. Whoop, we clicked on the same one.
My turn.
I'll let you. There you go. I'll let you click it. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing is you can add on. You don't need to buy everything at once. That's the great thing. It's like a puzzle or transformer, right? It's like you just build it a little bit at a time as your budget allows. But I will say the good thing is if your budget does allow it and you do want to buy it all at once, you do save money by doing that. So we have a lot of combos on there, especially like the Carbon Series mat and the magnetics or the solder mat. The more you bundle, the more you do save. So check out the website. It talks about that and it shows you the savings if you do want to. But again, you don't have to. And then, so speaking of this, because we always forget, if you use the code COW-TECH on your checkout as a code off anything on the website, you save 10% off of your order. So you can use as many times as you want. You can combine it with other, pre-order discounts that are on the website, with the combos that are on the website. So use that. It's always available. So that's our kind of thank you to you guys for always watching.
Well, that's a good segue too, because speaking of the website, the ultralight grease coating and lubrication is back in stock, and most of you guys have probably already gotten it. And if not, it is back in stock. So just keep that in mind. Definitely super cool. And the last thing we have on our news before we bring on our special guest is they have finally landed. And obviously, I had to show off the green streak. Yeah, I had to show off the green streak. But this is for the new brushes. Whoops, that was a little sneak peek of something else coming up. But yeah, so definitely check them out. You can get them in all of your favorite designs, and they're only for the 2 larger brushes. So keep that in mind when you're ordering them. But definitely cool if you want to coordinate with all of your goodness, because like everybody knows that I'm a huge green streak fan, and definitely got to match it up. And you know what, the hot rod though,
I know. I tell you get the hot rod. I was honestly, that was how I was green streak, and because I like the CowRC, the colors with CowRC, it made sense to me. And then I got a hot rod. And I started going down that. Now I'm on Dragon. That's my third one. But I always try to come back to the green streak. I still like it. I still like hot rod. I've got a couple Reaper out there. I haven't done any of the Patriots yet. But yeah, I kind of just start messing with different ones, and plus it helps me organize. What I have. Usually I try to keep like my stuff organized by skins. That's how I roll.
Yeah. Definitely cool. Yeah, man, I'm
Awesome.
definitely looking
Fine.
forward to that. But we have to bring on our special guest. He's been
Yes.
super patient in the background. He is all the way up at the off-road Nats right now, getting ready. I think he said it starts Tuesday.
Yeah,
But,
Tuesday.
let me you got the chats for a sec. I'm gonna bring this up real quick, and then we will bring him on.
Oh, buggy wheel decal.
All right.
Damn.
Hey,
What is going on?
Man. No, just hanging around hearing about all the new products. It's kind of awesome. Get the insider information. So I want one of those. I didn't know you did the two-tone, but I got the small one. We were talking about that.
Yeah.
The small solder mat.
They're perfect for just trying to figure it out. And let's face it, most people are doing ESCs and battery terminals only. So the smaller one is really useful if you're in that situation. Great for traveling too. I love it. But for those of you that don't know, Barry Rowe is been in the RC hobby for a little while anyways. He's even made a cameo on ours a couple episodes ago. I think it was episode 29 when we had Mark Santa Maria. I was trying to go back a little bit, but it was, we're up to episode 60. But a little bit about him. You're a professional pilot, I heard.
Yeah, so I think it goes well with the hobby pretty well. Similar kind of styles of thought, and at least the way I like to run my program anyway, which is why I like the products. Keeps me organized, keeps me clean. But yeah, I got in the hobby in the late 90s. My oldest half brother John got me in late 90s. He had a clodbuster and a boat. I liked the cars. I ended up getting a V3 right when it first came out. So Masami won the Worlds in 97, I think it was. So this is North Houston. Just got into some racing where I could. Went to college. They didn't have a track in Waco at the time. So kind of on and off. But yeah, so it's been about 25 to 30 years on and off. Hitting it hard, I would say, the last 6 to 9 years or so, especially big in the 8-scale game, living in Dallas for that time. So it's definitely the flying kind of goes with it. I started in college with that. So I flew actually civilian for a few years. I instructed, did 12 years in the military, which was full time, went part time reserves for ExpressJet, a regional airline. I've been at Delta for 8 years. So final stop. I'm actually separated from the military now, so it's still Delta. Simplified my game. Flying and cars, and that's pretty it now.
So you actually fly military now?
Yeah, well, I did. I separated. I did 12 years full time, or 12 years total, 6 years full time, B-52s and B-1s.
Wow.
And then,
thanks for your service.
when I went
man.
part time,
Like,
I was able to go. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for paying your taxes. But
yeah,
it was good. Had my fun. I didn't do a full 20. I didn't go full career. I just did 12 total. So just did my commitment and got out. But airlines would treat me good now. And like I said, leaves a lot more time for toy car racing and taking care of all the things we have going on in RC, like Mr. Mark Santa Maria doing good things for the hobby and getting new people involved in RC. Something that I like racing, so it's hard for me. He's so much better at getting the new guys in, and I'm all about it too. I want to be nice, but I'm the racer, So
right.
Mark and I in Dallas and put together Spec Slash series. I believe it was in 2021. Spec Slash again in 23. Now it's the Southern Showdown. With me being the operations director of the MSM Southern Showdown, him running promotions, we now have a 5-race series here in the South that not only promotes upper end racing with a no sandbagging, low class division nitro buggy 8-scale classes, but also your box stock ready to run classes like your 16-scale Grom and your Trex Slash and your JDO and stuff like that. So it's been great. It really has. It's been awesome.
And believe it or not, that's where the new people will be. Because it's the gateway drug. I'm telling you. Locally, we actually had I don't even know how to put it in any other way, but a blow up of the 2-wheel drive / run and dirt oval. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
There's all of a sudden there was there's 3 tracks locally now that are running the oval series, and the amount of new people we're able to get out to that is nuts, because you figure $260 American get you a ready to run / two-wheel drive. And even if you drive it for a couple weekends and you don't like it, chances are you'll still be able to sell it for like $200. So it's a great gateway drug, in my opinion. But obviously, this is a bigger show than that. CowRC is definitely happy to be the premier sponsor. So that is pretty darn cool as well.
So there's some giveaways.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate you all.
What's the giveaways? What kind of giveaways are you doing for the Southern Showdown?
So the big one is trying to get people. It kind of stems, we're talking people in the hobby, but this is a good gateway to get what we call ambassadors to learn how to race, right? So we have a unique opportunity to show them what it is to be a good racer, volunteer marshaling and showing up, being ready to go and all this stuff. And a lot of that is signing up, signing up and paying, especially with stuff online. There's a lot of cool opportunities to sign up online. It really helps us get the program together, helps the race directors get the transponders in. So I can't remember the exact number, but for all the races in the MSM Southern Showdown, the first X number of people to sign up, there you go, 25. First people to sign up and pay online get the CowRC gift. So this has been so awesome. Everybody knows about it, but it's been awesome. It's gotten people motivated to sign up. So it's not like they quit after 25, but it's a cool way to get it going, especially when Marks walks in with the big box on practice day of all the goodies to give away to everybody. So that's been really cool. And we definitely appreciate it.
Yet, or are you still trying to get to that?
Every race we've had it. Yeah, absolutely. So the next race coming up, so we've done 2. So we did Thornhill in February. We did Mike's in Houston in May, which, by the way, was the biggest race at Mike's in the last 4.5 years by entries. So, and again, we're combining 2 worlds. It's the racers, but it's also the RTR classes. We're not only adding entries, right? These are all unique drivers from 2 different places. So that's where I feel like a lot of the entries are coming from. Almost 200 entries. And again, a 3-day race for $50 plus raffle. I mean, nobody's doing this. So this is what we're trying to create, especially in our first year, and keep it simple. But so our next race coming up, again, they're very spread out. August is in San Antonio at Oatsified. Looking forward to that one. So signups are open. Everything is through Mark's site itself, msmblog.com. You can find the information on that. So try to get the top 25 there. And then obviously the last event and the party is going to, actually we got Shaw's in October, and then Thornhill Racing Circuit back here in December for the what we call finals. So yeah, all of those events will have the CowRC packs for the first 25. So follow Mark Santa Maria on YouTube and the series, and you can see all the information. So
I might try and make the Thornhill one, because I was in Udo, Texas, right?
Udo, Texas. Yep. We're just we're 30 minutes from the Austin airport. You can fly in from all around the world to Austin, Texas, in 30 minutes you're at the track. I think that's, again, why IFMAR decided, one of the big deciding factors is a lot of great tracks and a lot of good finalists in the United States. Is nothing against anybody else, but when you have a covered track that's weatherproof, that's 30 minutes from an international airport where you could fly from Heathrow to Austin and be at the track, I think that has something to do with it. Plus, I don't know, 15, 20 acres of parking. They never run out of space here. So,
it was definitely awesome. So I don't know if you know Bobby Thomas, but he says bring the
Bobby
extra
Thomas. Yeah, I always carry about 2 or 3 extra D blocks in my CowRC dot box, down here. So
actually, speaking of the dot box, like we gotta see that, because I've heard stories that you have the most dialed dot boxes.
Oh yeah,
I had some pretty nice stuff, but
like I'm very aware of my situation. I am Mr. Middle of the Pack, Mr. CQ in the open class. I run open. I try to be competitive. I'm not winning any big races, but I challenge anybody to have a program for maintenance like I do. I'm being dead serious. Like, this is just my game. And it comes from the pilot thing too. But so I have it organized because I run other classes. I went and got every car I had, and I got the manuals out, and I wrote down every piece of hardware that is in every
Jeez.
car that I have.
Wow.
Only,
Okay.
nothing extra.
Yeah.
So that now when I go to the track, I have a master hardware, right? So no matter what class I'm running, I have labeled.
Oh man.
So this
Wow.
is so this is every piece of hardware that's generic, right? So,
Right.
but what I like about what the dot box does is this can go upside down and go all around, and they're
Yeah.
all
Right.
still in their containers, so we can fly. So I can throw this in an OGO and go fly. And then for my program, I broke it down beyond that because if I'm going carpet racing, I don't need 8 scale stuff, right?
No.
So each of my cars have a set of car specific medium boxes like this,
Nice.
right?
Awesome.
So this isn't hardware, this isn't big plastics, this is out drives, shock shafts, hinge pins, stuff like that. And
Nice.
and then obviously for 8 scale there's a little bit more. So I actually have an 8 scale suspension one as well. But
Wow.
so when I go to the shelf, I'm like, okay, I'm running carpet. All I need is the B7 and I need the master hardware. So I can take all the 8 scale stuff out and make room for it. And then for bearings, so I've got bearing shims and ball studs. I have a mini. So
He
just what I
says
need.
this makes me so happy. That's
Comes
why
with the dot
that's
box
This
why we're
kit.
actually giving away dot boxes tonight. Because
and
man,
then and then I got one for nitro. So this is
okay,
nitro
Jeez.
only. So glow plugs, clutch ball bearings, anything like that. That's only nitro. So I know what division I need to go in when I grab my box. And like I said, I'm definitely not the fastest guy out there, but I challenge anybody for my organization, my program, and my maintenance too. I spend a lot of time on
right.
that because when I fly, I'm gone, right? So,
Yeah,
for example, Lone Star was a month ago here at Thornhill,
yeah.
the warm up for the Nationals. I get home, I have 2 days off, and I've been on the road until Friday.
Oh
Oh
wow.
So,
geez.
I've had about 3 or 4 nights at home just because I try to, airlines are complicated. If you know anything about the airlines, I'm New York City based, but live in Dallas. So I try to request overnights in Dallas, which means I can go to the house on a trip, if that makes sense. So literally, after I left here a month ago, I had 2 hour blocks in my calendar for each rebuild for each car because I don't have time to wait. So as
No.
soon as I got home, this day is E truck, this day is nitro buggy. So everything's ready to rip. All the tires are glued, everything's done. Because when I show up to a race, it's clean, it's ready, it's smooth slicked, and I can enjoy my race. And
Right.
because I do want to treat my equipment well in that program, after every run, I'm picking dirt out of screw holes, I'm blowing it off, I'm washing my tires every run. That's what I enjoy. This is what I enjoy about the hobby. I understand some people get busier, like the pro guys are racing every week, but I couldn't compartmentalize my brain enough to show up to a race without all this done. So this is what I enjoy about it. And between the dot box stuff, the cleaning stuff, and here at Thornhill, we got a great facility. So we have a tire wash outside a compartment and a full set of compressors. So, for this
Wow.
weekend, I don't need my sprayer or my jet blaster, but you know what? I grabbed the tire wash, old school with the cap,
Yeah, yeah.
first gen, and
The original.
the OG and make it
Yeah.
happen. But yeah, that's what I've really enjoyed about it. And like I said, y'all supporting Mark and the Southern Showdown, what we're doing too is a big deal because I think that's right up your wheelhouse, especially for the people that are getting into the hobby and they love it and they know your brand too. So
Cool. Yeah, no, that was a great example
It was.
of the dot box. And man, somebody had the best hashtag here. And this is what we should have actually used as the giveaway. Because man, that
dot
was
box
next
master
level.
level
Yeah, that was awesome.
OCD. It's not clinical OCD. It's not clinical. I'm just organized. Uh,
No, it definitely looks good. And they're saying that you're gonna do the biggest jump ever this
dude,
coming week.
I'm very non-confrontational, so I'm known to pass people in the air.
Gotcha.
I think it's just a little easier to just send it and go over the top and not have to worry
Jump
about any
over them.
racing line, no racing lines, no nothing. Also with yard cars, I like to jump my house. don't know if you saw Mark Santa Maria's video a few weeks back. We just took every yard car I had and tried to jump it over my house.
No
Awesome.
kidding.
Like the drag car went over the house, the rally car went over the house. Like, why not? I just pulled them out. I had everything packed for Vegas, and Mark called me and he wanted to do something. I was like, well, everything's packed for Vegas, so all I have are a bunch of yard cars. So let's pull out the quarter pipe and send it. So
Nice.
it's pretty amazing.
Nice. So
Unpaid
the
unpaid
actual
durability testing.
Mustang drag car cleared the house.
Oh, straight over the shop, dude.
No.
Full 3S
I want
off
to
the quarter
see
pipe.
that.
Yeah, go
That
look at
is
it. It's a
awesome.
few back. I'll send you the link in the chat.
That is pretty sick. But hey, so to win the prize tonight, it's going to be easy for everybody. And I keep forgetting, but if you're on Instagram, your chat does not work. But all you got to do is hashtag Barry, and we will hook you up for the giveaway. But hashtag Barry. Yeah, no kidding. Hashtag full send right there.
We
But,
would have done
That's right.
the Dotbox King if we had known how serious you were about your organization.
Yeah, because we only heard a little bit, man.
Hold on.
And
I will say, I got to shout somebody out, though. So Chase McCullough is an MSM South member, a friend of me and Mark's from way back. The true sportsman hobbyist, runs Nitro only, but only races a few times a year. Great dude for the hobby. He's the one who got me over the edge with that. So I was back and forth when I learned about Cal, but he did the same things. So, and he's also the one that had the labels, which I know you can get now, but he had some leftover from his office supplies, some of the Avery labels, and had got me set up on that. So Chase McCullough got me like tipped over the edge, and it all went downhill from there. So that's the guy who started it.
Okay, that's a good one. That he definitely needs credit for that.
Yeah.
But I agree. A lot of it is won on the bench. Let's face it. Like even the pros have to finish too. And if you don't have a solid maintenance program, you're probably not going to be as successful on track. You might not have as many finishes. And let's face it, nobody wants to have a failure on the track. If you do just a little bit of preventive maintenance, you're going to have way more fun out on the track. And that's at any level, man. I'll throw that out there to anybody. But definitely super cool. So, is your favorite product the dot box then? I don't know. Like, I thought it was not going to be the dot box, but
it dots that keeps me going. But honestly, it's probably the tire wash, like the number one thing, right? Because when I'm at a race, if I'm doing my job, the car doesn't get too dirty, right? I always look at the pros when they run, and I'm like, how are your cars so clean when you come off the track? It's because they don't leave the groove. They're not even in the dust. Right. The wing's clean, the body's clean. So between rounds, that's kind of my zen is washing. And this stuff, I feel like it's not like sauce in the tire, but it definitely
helps.
It breaks it down a little bit. It definitely helps. So that's kind of my zen is between rounds. I'm air pressuring off. I'm using my tire wash and I'm getting after it. So this is more, I would say, like home deep cleaning once I get home.
Yeah.
And especially the blower if I'm more remote. But yeah, bread and butter for me, dot box and the tire clean.
Cool. No, I would have guessed dot box after seeing your little demo there, but for sure that's super cool. The tire wash is quickly becoming one of the Ross Racing favorites for sure. But did you say I know you said who got you into the dot boxes in the organization, but who introduced you to the CowRC product?
MSM through MSM and his stuff.
Oh, okay.
So basically his videos and all that.
Oh,
that's how I found out about it.
Yeah, because Mark Mark's such a cool dude. Anyways, it's awesome that you guys hang out and get to kind of like bounce ideas off each other. Running the new series is definitely a huge bonus. But I gotta say, like, whenever he brings up something CowRC related, you can see that it definitely has a huge impact. And a lot of people were surprised even about the hide wipes. They're it's so gimmicky. But man, you try those hide wipes, they're money, man. I'm telling you. And to get 110 per container, it's no joke, man. They're definitely pretty cool. So a lot of people don't even know you're in a trailer right now. So I just want to throw that out there because what's your home setup like? Because you're trailer setup's pretty dialed right now.
So at home, I was going to say that too, and I was actually going to offer, if you want the 2 to 3 minute version, I can show you Thornhill real quick because I'm right next to the track. For the racers out there who would like to see a quick
Yeah.
walk around, I can
Yeah,
actually go.
I think
Yeah,
they
I can
will,
go.
man.
I can go sell data. Let me go sell data real quick. So yeah, and I'm gonna answer your question, but I'm gonna flip the camera around if you're good with that.
Yeah,
man.
absolutely.
Give me give me just a second, and I'm just gonna go camera.
Perfect. We can see you.
All right, we on back camera. We're good.
Yep, yep.
Yep.
So I would. You still got me loud and clear.
Yeah,
Yep.
couple
We're good.
trophies there.
Okay. Sweet. Yeah. So my setup at home was almost kind of like this. I have a laundry room that has a 2x4 area for a pit mat. So it's a little taller, but I built some pegboard to hang basically my cars and then use the laundry room drawers. But I kind of keep it the same way. I have my pit hauler on the right. I just keep my pit hauler off to my right side with my tools up top. And then the
Same.
stuff below is all the deeper stuff, right? So I keep it just like this. For the trailer, it's a toy hauler. It's a small toy hauler, but I can put the 6 foot table back there, and then underneath the couch, I slide the cars. And then at the very end, the OGOs are full of tires. So if it's good
Nice.
weather, I can drop the back. But let me do you a quick, how you doing, of the facility, because we're actually 2 days early and this place is already packed. A lot of the pros came in a couple days early just to try to experience it. But Thornhill really is RC heaven. If you build it, they will come because there's a cornfield right there fully surrounding us. But this is the RC headquarters right here.
Woo! That rap is
So
sick, bro.
shout out to Shell Shock Wraps in Dallas. There's Wade Moore. He's old school. He's pretty famous. But I'll show you what I was talking about. The tire wash station. Yeah, it's all good. That's why you can just go right in the way. He goes way back. Him and Mark go way back. He's got a lot of Mark stories. But so look how many people are already here. 2 or 3 deep
That's nuts.
That is full.
here. So what's nice about showing up early is that I walk from right there. And again, if the weather's great, I can just drop the back. There's a tire wash station right here.
Oh,
3
nice.
bays with air compressors.
Nice.
Jeez.
And when you walk in this main entrance here, the parking lot, all this will be kind of easy up. And then you're literally right here under the overhang. There is the banner for Nationals coming up, and then we're already here. So race director's upstairs. This is the up and
Wheelchair
down of the
accessible. Yeah.
driver. Yep, absolutely. The up and down here. They actually have it stanchioned off to kind of keep flow. You go up this side and you go down straight to Marshall to the track. But now they've been watering, so the track is pretty wet and they are, but I'll show you how they kind of thought of everything. Got fast.
Now these
Actually,
shades
I
go up
drop-
and down. They're actually retractable, which is super cool. If anybody's ever been to this facility, I've only been lucky enough to go one time, and I was like blown away. Especially being from Canada, I was like, "Holy cow!"
So have chair, but they have a narrow drop in it. So all your pitman before the race,
Oh,
no
man.
issue, because you come up here, you drop off a little and start the track. Ever looked double.
So basically, what he's talking about is
white
where
concrete.
the nitro guys start and how the
Okay.
pit guys hold their vehicles before they start. Look at that track before they
Everything's so
start, and then
organized.
they drop them down. Wow.
It makes the wolf really nice because when you have 400, it flow really quick. There's 1 second between the heat, right?
Yeah.
Pit and neck race. Here's the lane. So as we grew,
We should have got him to bring the Starlink with him.
Right. Uh-oh.
But
Lost it.
basically, what he's showing off is the Nationals track. And it is one of those facilities that if you ever have the chance to go to, it is next level. Obviously, it's next level for a reason. They are going to be getting the Worlds Barry was talking about, and it is such a close jaunt from the airport, the national airport there. But we'll give Barry a second to call back in. I wasn't sure if it was oh, there he is.
Nose back.
Yeah, he's just loading. I was gonna switch it up, but we'll give him a sec. Underneath that steel roof and all that, it's definitely hard to get phone signal and all that stuff. But,
I can see
super
that.
cool. There he is.
I think it's so amazing.
The track is truly next level, and you really can't appreciate the size until you actually get there and realize how long that front stretch is. Especially if you're just running nitro. I know all you nitro guys just cringe when you're whining out your nitro motor for 100+ feet and there's no shifting. Yeah, you're just like screaming that puppy. And a few can still get the proper fuel mileage, while others are just, on a wing and a prayer. But thank you for sharing that, man. That looked awesome.
Yeah, no
really
worries.
Cool.
These guys trying to stretch 10 minutes, I'm not brave enough for that. I richen it up and take care of my equipment. So those Adam Drake engines aren't cheap, and I'm not getting them for free. So I try to take care of my stuff a little bit.
Oh, same. Yeah, because you know what? I always run fat because you know what? You can run fat as many times as you want. You can only go lean once.
That's right.
Bruce, that track is in Hutto, Texas. So it is a world-class facility.
Just south of Austin.
Yeah. Yeah, like we were lucky enough to stop by there on our way to Braden, I think it's called, Texas. And it's like we were just past Austin, Grandview area-ish.
You just went over there like recently. Like, was that just this year, Adam?
Well, yeah, we go all the time. Our best friends moved into Texas, and my wife's a huge Dallas Cowboys fan. So every time Detroit and Dallas play football, we try and go and do our support there. And they know how to throw down at the AT&T Stadium. It is always a good time there.
Jerry World.
Oh yeah. Bring everything, including the piggy bank, because there's tons of money there. Jeez,
those margaritas are out of control. They're you're not supposed to have more than two. I may have snuck a third, and that was a bad idea.
The sugar content alone.
I wasn't driving. Yeah, just sugar alone.
Yeah, no, those are definitely cool. So, is there any products that you haven't tried that is CowRC related that you're looking forward to try?
Man, I'm a diva, and I'm gonna tell you what, I want that electric sprayer.
Dude, I'm telling you,
dude, that's my speed.
I got the looks this weekend. They're like, "You're so bougie, bro." I'm all like, "I love it, man."
That's my speed. Like I said, I'm not winning nothing. I'm here to have a good time, and I'm gonna look good doing it. That's number one. So,
I just put it on high pressure spray and just let it like work all the dirt out of every crevice. You can add it. It's got a little wand.
Yeah, I see.
I made a mistake of telling everybody I was going live and locking my door.
Yeah.
And so
now they're like trying to wave in.
There they are. Look, here he is. Hold on.
When we were interviewing Mark.
Look, number 15 in the world, Jared Wiggins, right there with his new dog. That's his dog, Camber.
You need to have a butler. Where's your butler?
The wizard.
It's Wade, the other guy that you just saw.
Yeah.
No, Wade and Mark go way back, way back before I knew Mark. And we all do the hobby for good reasons, and it's fun to have your friend group. You know, at the end of the day, it's all about our people and our experiences. And so we all have travel trailers. We all come out here and have a good time and plan our vacation around this. So It's
That's
really
what we
awesome.
do. We're like a traveling group of crazies because
Yeah.
this weekend we are up in the Tilsonburg area. Next weekend we're going to be in the Stratford area, and like we just like jump from like facility to facility, and it
Yep.
is the people that keep me coming back for more
Yep.
because the people
Absolutely.
are what make it amazing. And the owner, like, I know you didn't hear this, Barry, but like literally, I was like driving still, trailer still hooked up, my truck still parked in the back. I grabbed my laptop, dropped it on the table, and started to get ready for the show with like, I think you beat me on here before
Yeah.
I even got set up. But if it wasn't for the owner of where we were at, O Town, John Blakely, I'd give him a shout out there. But he gave me VIP parking. He made sure, he's like, I know you got your show. We got 5 rounds of qualifying to get through. I'm like, what?
Jeez.
I'm like, I don't think, what time are we going to be done, bro? And he got me out of there 15 minutes late. And man, I couldn't knock him for that, man. He kept his word, and we made the show. So thank you, John, for doing your part. And what a blast, though. We had a huge RC hangover this morning. I don't know if anybody's into hockey, but Florida just took the lead in the Stanley Cup Finals over the only Canadian team. So I got to go for Edmonton in this battle here. But and then some people had the F1 race on today too in the
Earlier, yeah.
pits. Yeah, I was just like trying to like not hear anything because I'll watch it on replay, but definitely cool. So we seen your trailer, super cool wrap. Is your truck wrap too or no?
Yeah, so I had
Yeah,
it matched that front grade. So it's actually my high school
Oh,
truck. My dad was in the oil field and he had a chassis cab. So literally it was a truck with just the frame on the back.
wow. Okay.
And so we had some diamond plate put on. He sold the company. I was in high school and he's like, just drive this truck. It's paid off. It was awesome.
yeah,
It's a second gen 24 valve Cummins dually. It's awesome. So we just
Nice.
correct.
literally had some diamond plate to cover it. Uh, Long story short, my brother in Oregon bought it. It came back home to Texas. My mom bought it back from him. I bought it from my mom a few years ago because I wanted a trailer. And I'm like, this is perfect. So I had a bumper hitch put on and some airbags. And I'm like, so literally I'm driving my high school pickup truck.
Nice.
It was oxidized. It had rusted wheels. All I did was clean it. I had a black can of VHT, like the roll bar spray, the black spray paint, and I
Yep.
just sprayed the wheels black and then just put the center cap on there, and then had the cab wrapped, and it looks like a brand new truck. It's unbelievable. So I've treated it
Nice.
really well. I've done a lot of the refresh on it. We took it to California, did 3,000 miles to Dirt Nitro Challenge this year and back
Jeez.
to Texas with it. So it's the trailer hauler, and that's all I use it for. So it's been awesome.
So it's doing its job, eh?
Yep,
You don't
that's
have all
right. I
that
look.
road salt like Adam and I do.
No, yeah, it's all dry, just hot.
Oof.
Yep.
Cool. All right. So I think that we covered pretty much everything we wanted to
Yeah.
ask you. Is there anything that you wanted to bring up?
No, man, it's people like y'all, and we talk about all the people in the hobby that make it worthwhile. Like I said, working with Mark and creating this series, it made me think about what I like too, because I love getting in race mode, and I run 4 classes, and I'm competitive, and I do all this stuff. But working with you guys and working with Mark, creating the Southern Showdown series, it's awesome because now I got to work. So I'm only running 1 class. I just run
Ooh.
nitro buggy when I go to these races because I'm kind of working, right? Like if
Yeah.
everything's going
Sure.
great, I don't have a ton to do, but I do have to kind of be the chief, ship filter and cat herder, if you will. And
Oh
so
yeah.
it's caused me to kind of pull down, and I really enjoy those weekends. Like I love this because this is nationals and it's time to get it. But the MSM races are some of the most fun I've ever had, and it's because we're doing it for the reason that we got in the hobby. It's fun,
Yeah.
So having a good time.
Well,
But yeah, come. Got to get y'all
and
down to one. Oatsified in August, Shaw's up in Oklahoma in October, and then back in Thornhill in December. That'd be a good way to do it. Flying to Austin Airport, 30 minutes, you're at the track. You got plenty of hotels 10 minutes away. So
can't
good to
beat it.
go.
But I gotta say, every big event that I've been to and seeing the MSN canopies and all that stuff, the people that he supports are the right people.
Yep.
And it just shows that their passion pours over into the hobby. I know he has a great working relationship with CowRC. The gift boxes, I don't know if you want to give a plug out to that, but man, if you're a part of that, it's the RC Box Club, and it is so super cool. They've been giving out CowRC stuff. They've been giving out tools. They've been giving out a whole bunch of things that is just exciting to get as an RC enthusiast. Like, who doesn't want a surprise once a month? And I believe there's 3 different levels, if I'm not mistaken. So there's the sticker level, the sticker on parts level, and I believe the sticker, shirt, and box level. I think it's the ultimate level or something like that. Yeah. And it is one of those things that you look forward to getting in your mail, and you're like, okay, what are we going to get? And even seeing like how much it's worth and how he's able to pull that off, like even the itemized list,
really
like,
well done.
It's super cool. And it doesn't just stick to racers. He hits the whole gamut. So if you're into RC at all, it's definitely one of those things to look up. It's the RC Box Club. Super cool. I know they definitely had some support from CowRC in that as well. And I'm sure there'll be another collab. But man, I can't believe that we're up on an hour. I could chat with you for a while, and
giveaway time.
Definitely appreciate your time spending with us. But yeah, everybody on Instagram, there is like, holy cow, there's a lot of you guys on Instagram. Please jump on to either Facebook or YouTube. That's the only way you can get in on the hashtag. I see a whole bunch of comments on the Instagram thing. So please make sure you hashtag Barry. I'll bring it up one more time. I'll give you a couple seconds to switch over.
Yeah,
but
we got 29 on there.
We got to give some stuff away. And there's 49 just on the Facebook feed. There's like 20 something on the Instagram. And there's like, you got to be either on YouTube or Facebook to get in on there.
Yeah, get in there because it's an awesome prize. Again, it's what we're doing is giving away
the OG,
an OG 2-color solder mat and a small dot box. So if you missed the beginning part where Barry went through his awesome organization with the dot box, come back and come watch it. On rerun. But in honor of Barry, we're giving away a small dot box as well. So you'll like it.
I appreciate it, man. It's glad to be a part of it. Like, thanks for, like I said, I think you nailed it with, especially what we're doing with the Southern Showdown and the partnership with CowRC. It's genuine. Mark's not going to put his money or his promotion efforts in something he doesn't believe in. There's many times he could have taken the money and done something else that he didn't believe in, but everything he's doing with the series is genuine. And RC Box Club, the partnership between, himself, his MSM brand, and Brent Dinsford with Beach RC, being a supplier, a lot of that's a great partnership. Brent's going to be here as well. I haven't met him yet, but I know he's showing up either today or tomorrow with Beach RC. So that's pretty cool.
He is a great dude, and have some Coors Lights on hand. That guy can definitely he can hang. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Thank you, Mom. Aw.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, that's super nice. All right, so we got a couple. It's Barry with an A though. Rick, we'll let you jump in there, and we're gonna not with an E.
E's the last name, A's the first name. That's typically what you see with Barry.
There you go. And then we'll give away the first, and we're giving away to 2 winners, same prizes, correct?
Say that again.
Both of them are getting the 2-color solder mat and a dot box, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Okay. Yep. So 2 winners. Each winner gets a 2-color solder mat and a small dot box.
There you go. All right. So we got some entries now. All right. Good luck, everybody.
Okay, let it roll.
Here is the first one.
Let her rip.
Who's it gonna be?
Some new people on here I haven't seen before. Oh,
Bruce.
Okay. Man.
Very nice.
Heck
Bruce
yeah.
is
Congratulations.
A heavy hitter on the fan page. We appreciate him.
Heck yeah. No, definitely been a huge contributor. All right. Going for uno number deuce. Who's it going to be?
Bobby
Thomas.
Art of the hobby.
That skateboard, man. That's something else right there, man. You want to talk about lowrider. There you go.
And Bobby
Cool.
Thomas, that's heart of the hobby, man. It's a Dallas guy. I wish there were
Nice.
100 Bobbies at the track. That dude, volunteer marshals for everything. He showed up to Truck Nationals with a marshaling vest and aircraft wands when he marshaled, so he could
Yeah,
like
nice.
it was so great, dude.
That's so cool.
That is the
Oh,
best.
Bobby's the man. Bobby
He,
is
sa-
the man.
he says you're the original D Block gangster.
Always got to have spares, man. You always got to have that D block ready to rip.
Heck yeah, man.
Well, sounds like we got two really deserving winners today. Happy to hear it.
Absolutely.
Cool, man. So you get to kind of pre-party before everybody gets here. That's the best thing about being a little early.
My stuff's ready to rip, and this is for the people too. Check that out. Full
Oh,
truggy
yeah,
body.
your
Yeah,
paint's-
that's old school right there.
This is the people's champ right here. I'm doing this for the people, so I got a full body. You know, there was talks about Roar doing that this year, but I went ahead and just did it anyway.
You're beating him to the punch, eh?
Right.
Super cool. All right, we just got to get you a CowRC sticker for that, puppy. You'll be good. All right, man. Well, I appreciate your time, and we will talk to you next time.
All right,
Thanks,
see y'all
Barry.
on Live
Great
RC.
seeing you.
And
All
we'll
right,
see you
man.
soon. Watch us on
Okay,
TV.
guys. Yeah, man. 2 short weeks, man. We will be back with episode 61.
Yeah.
So check it out. We will share the link ASAP, but bye for now.
Bye, everybody.